What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Britt for here once again. What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar84 here once again, and we are finally here. Yes, God. For after a horrible, shitty, asinine of a season of BGC 11 Miami, child, we're just going to pretend like BGC in Miami just didn't exist, okay? We're just going to pretend that Sarah and, who else do I want to save? Janelle. We're just going to pretend like they just came from nowhere and they're just part of the BGC family. They were never on any season, they just came, okay? That's the story that we're going to go with. Well, here we are for the beginning of BGC 12 in Chicago. Now, I watched the episode, and at the time I was watching the episode, I was slightly intoxicated, so I have no notes. I'm just going to go based off of what I remember and pretty much just kind of give my initial thoughts of each of the young ladies in this house this season. And first, I'm going to say that I've seen, a lot of previews. I've seen, a sneak peek here and there. But honestly, out of all the bitches I've seen, this is the first season where I've never looked at a bitch and be like, I don't like her already off jump. I actually like every single one of the girls. Well, wait. To a degree, I like every single one of the girls. Nobody stands out like somebody who I'm just gonna hate. Like last season, once I saw Mylin and her buck teeth, I'm like, fuck her. I already her vibe just fucks with my palate. No. Just like Jazz, No Edges, and Black Gums. Like the both of them, I knew off jump I was not gonna fuck with. But either way it goes, let's go ahead and get into the ladies of BGC 12. We're gonna start off with Alex. Alex is like this tall, slim model or whatever. And she's made it pretty much clear she does not fight. I'm like, okay, that's, I can commend you for that. And she seems cool. She seems like a regular, down chick. She doesn't, at least yet. Well, wait. I was just about to give her praise, but then I'm like, no way, she did make a comment. She's kind of judgmental a little bit. Like, she shaded Red a little bit. She was like, she was talking about another girl named Lauren that's on the show. She was like, she looks like the kind of girl that I would, be friends with. And then she's like, but Red, I just don't know. I'm like, see, that was shade because y'all know Red is big. But she's not so bad to where I feel like I would not like her. I mean, she's cool enough to where I feel like I can give her a chance. She seems pretty cool, other than the fact that her and Red apparently already have some sort of shade. Like she's already shaded Red, and then Red already calls her Slim. She didn't even call her by her first name. So since we're talking about her, Alex is so far pretty cool. Since we talked about her, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Red. Red is cool as hell. I love Red. I really do. She seems like the kind of girl that I would get along with. She's like, her personality is very entertaining and very warm, I feel like. Even though she has a sense of ratchet about her, it seems like she has that story to where it's just kind of like, it makes sense, if that makes sense. It seems like how she is kind of makes sense. Like she expressed when she was talking to, who was she talking to? Britt. She was talking to Britt about how, her father and her mother divorced and how her father ended up leaving and how that affected her and such. So I think this is really going to be a good season because this season is supposed to have a life coach. Like I'm thinking when they first mentioned like a life coach, I'm thinking there was going to be like in one episode that they were going to do life coaches. Like I remember last season when they tried to hook them up with these dudes, when the matchmaker lady tried to come, that was just for one season and that really didn't make any sense. But apparently this life coach is going to be there throughout the season. And they're going to have like a parents' day when the parents come back. And it's just going to be a big emotional mess. So it seems like this is actually going to be a really good season. I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, Red is cool. Red is definitely one of my favorites of the season. I heard that she doesn't make it to the end. Unfortunately, she gets a replacement, but I'm gonna enjoy her while she's here. Next, we have, let's go with Britt. Britt. Honestly, I don't really have much to say about Britt. Britt seems like a regular. She's blonde. She has blue eyes. She seems just like a regular down chick. Like, she seems cool. She seems like the kind of type who's not necessarily confrontational, but she'll defend herself if pressured to do so. If pressured to, if somebody gets in her face, she's gonna react. But she's not gonna be the one to just come up out of the goddamn blue and be all up in your face. Like, she seems pretty cool and kind of mellow. From what I've seen, sneak peeks later on in the season, even when she is in altercation, she's kind of trying to brush it off and not trying to do too much, but the other person keeps going. So I think I'm gonna like Britt. Britt seems more like me. Britt kind of reminds me of myself. Next we can move on to the other blonde in the wait, where am I on? I did. Let me make sure I don't miss nobody. I did Alex, Red, and Britt. So I'm on girl number 4. Girl number 4, I'm gonna go with Jada. Jada is just a small little firecracker. Like, she emphasizes again and again that she's been to jail. And she's kind of gotten used to, I guess, people trying to take advantage of her because her size, because she is kind of little. But she's a firecracker. She's not afraid to defend herself. And she's kind of, I don't want to call her a shit starter just yet, but the way that the previews made her look, she's kind of like a shit starter. Which I'm not necessarily mad at, but we'll just see how she starts the shit. Then I may read her later. But, right now she seems cool. She's just, kind of like, whatever. But, so far Jada's cool. I'm going to keep an eye out on her because she looks like she's going to be someone to stir up some trouble. Let's see. So that's number 4. Number 5 is going to be, I'm going to go with Lauren. Lauren's pretty. Lauren's very pretty. Excuse me. But Lauren seems like the type of bitch that would be about that life, okay? As from what I've seen in some of these previews, Lauren is about that life, okay? These girls can fight. From what I've seen, these girls can fight. So we gonna see. And Lauren was getting into it with looks like Jada, and she ran across from one end of the room and jumped on Jada's head. Like, it was. Lauren is that little southern girl who ain't too buddy fuck with. I've seen many Laurens a day because I spend so much time in the South. I'm not from the South, but I spent many years of my life down here in the South. I went to school down here, so I know it. I know what it looks like when I see it. So, but then again, she still seems cool. Like, she's not like the kind of girl that rubs me the wrong way. Yet. Okay? Yet. Because, bitch, I already know. At some point, I like all the girls now, but eventually, well, I like the girls now, but eventually they're going to pull off some fuck shit, as they always do. There's going to be something I'm going to have to read them for, but as of right now, who was I talking about? Lauren. She's a hothead, okay? She's going to be the hothead. But though so far she's still cool. She hasn't done anything just yet that made me want to read her anyway. So that was girl number 5. Girl number 6, Jonica. Jonica looks cool as shit. I feel like Jonica is going to be the class clown, and she's going to be the one making everybody laugh this season. She's like a lesbian, but still likes to get fucked with a penis every now and again. And there's always like a token bisexual / lesbian in every season of Bad Girls Club. But I think this one has 2.5, maybe 3. Because Jonica's a lesbian. Red already said she messes around with girls. Hell, she made out with, and then she was kissing on Jada. So Jada's a 3rd. We'll see. But then there's like previews of her and Red getting into a fight because she's like trying to not say that she likes girls. But whatever. We'll see that when it airs. And, but yeah, Jonica seems really, really cool. She seems like and I like her style. She has like that swag. She kind of has a similar swag. And I hate to say this because the second person I'm about to list is really bitchy and I didn't like her during her season. But her swag now reminds me of how season 9, how Fallon used to look at the very beginning, kind of like tomboyish and kind of urban, I guess you would call it. Even though I hate using that word when it comes to fashion, I don't know why. It just seems seems like there's some disrespect in it. I don't know why, but they kind of remind me of each other. But Jonica seems really, really cool. She doesn't even seem like she should be on the Bad Girls Club. She seems like she should be like on the Real World or something. I don't know why. But either way it is, that's my opinion on Jonica. I hope she stays. She seems really, really cool. Then we have the last girl. Child. Lindsay. Lord of mercy. Lindsay was pretty much the entire first episode, to be honest. Like, if you want to be real about the situation, there's no need to even go through like a full play-by-play because, long story short, all the girls met up. All the girls had their initial opinions about one another. They feel like they're the baddest bitch, and they point out this flaw in the other girl. That's whatever. But they were in this limo. They were on their way from their meetup spot to the house. And, what's her name? Alex burps loud as fuck. I thought that was a dude. Like, damn, girl. And she's like the petite little skinny girl. I'm like, oh, well, I guess you never know. But for some reason, I want to say it's because Alex, what did Lindsay say? Some crazy ass shit. Something about her being so proper, but yet she could burp like that. And then Lindsay just kind of ran with that. And everybody else was looking. I think it was Britt was the main one that was like, no, that's just how she is. That's just how she is. You know, she just want to burp. It's no big deal, blah, blah, blah. And her and Lindsay was going back. Lindsay was just screaming like, ah, 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 trying to, get her trying to overspeak whoever it was that was talking to Britt. And this is what I said. I would have been Jonica in this situation. I would have been looking at y'all like, what the fuck wrong with y'all? It was just a burp. All she did was burp, and y'all about to sit here and fight over a burp. Now, once the real shit comes to play, and once the producers start getting in y'all ears and doing shit, but I really don't think the producers need to get in each other's ears. They seem like they turning up as it is. They had to fix BGC 11 because they were whack. But this season, this shit right here, nigga, this looks good. But yeah, Lindsay's a little cray-cray, but I watched the review on A Connection TV with Lindsay, and I watched the one with Red. And from the interview, Lindsay looked like acts like a totally different person. Like, she is beautiful. She acted like she was sane in her interview. But in this episode, she looked like she was crazy. And looked like she was on something, for real. Like, she was talking like she had been drunk the whole time. Like, I don't know. It was just really, really weird. But, hey. Ooh, excuse me. She doesn't even stay for longer than 2 episodes, so I've heard. I think the next episode is when she leaves the house, either by fighting or she leaves on her own accord. Either way it goes, I'm just like, I don't like when girls, can you at least, I feel like any girl should make it at least to the 5th episode. If you should make it by the 5th episode anyways, unless you're fighting. Unless you had a good reason to fight already and you leave, that's different. But if something happens and you crying and you doing all this shit, like that other bitch, that irrelevant bitch from last season, Tess, talking about she needed to get home because she was in a motorcycle accident and her family and all this other fuck shit. I mean, that's all good and fine. Just go and take your ass back. We can replace your ass with somebody who actually wants to be here. But I hate to see people leave so early because it's like, well, bitch, what was the point of you being here? What was the point of me even getting used to you if you're just going to be gone? And then, what are you going to talk about at the reunion? At least if you make it to episode 5, you can talk about some early shit or how people can change, or they acted one way and then they acted another way by the end of the reunion, something, but, well, somebody's got to go. I don't know if this is like a lot of replacements this year. I heard there's a girl named Asia. I'm guessing she's Lindsay's replacement. We'll see. But that's pretty much all that happened in the episode, was that people was looking at Lindsay like she was crazy as hell, and ain't nobody feeling her right now. That's pretty much all that happened. And then, of course, the whole meetup situation. But, yeah. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I am so excited to review this season. I am so excited. And I appreciate a lot of you have been commenting on my previous videos saying that you can't wait for my videos. And I really appreciate that. It makes me smile so hard. to know that you guys actually look forward to my videos and my opinions about various things in these reality shows. Make sure you guys check out the Love and Hip Hop episode 3. The results are in review that I just posted earlier today or yesterday, whenever you're watching this. I probably won't get a chance to do R&B Divas. I didn't do it last week because last week was when they did Love and Hip Hop and R&B Divas, and I just didn't have the energy. This week, when R&B Divas come on, I'm going to be having some friends coming into town, and there'll just be no way for me to sit down and record. It just won't happen. So I apologize for that. I haven't been on my R&B Divas like I'm supposed to, but I don't think there's any other videos that I would normally do this week. I probably won't be able to do any anyways, so hopefully you guys enjoyed these 2 videos that I got out to you guys this week. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the videos, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for all your support. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.